it's Jen from Mother of Travel, and today we are going to talk about my upcoming cruise on Virgin Voyages. So in a few weeks, hopefully fingers crossed, Todd, my husband, and I will be on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. And I say fingers crossed because for that trip, we are actually flying down to Miami a day before we leave on the ship. So Saturday, we're flying down to Miami, and then embarkation day is Sunday. And on Sunday, Virgin Voyages, they do their COVID testing at the pier. So I know some cruise lines, you have to test 2 days before you sail, and then you just take that test result to the pier with you. Virgin doesn't do that at this time. They're testing at the pier. So what that means is we're flying down and have to hope that we test negative for COVID Sunday before we can board this ship. So that's a little nerve-wracking, just in the sense of you don't know for sure that you're getting on the ship. Not too crazy about that, but I can understand the safety protocols, and it's fine. However, I think we are going to do like a home test or go test somewhere for just our own knowledge Friday before we do any traveling. One, I just don't want to get down there and test positive and not be able to go on the cruise and then have to quarantine in another state. Two, if we do test positive, we don't want to, unknowingly be infecting people along our travels. So Friday, we're going to test. Saturday morning, hopefully fly down. And I'm not quite sure exactly what we're going to do Saturday. The original plan was to explore Miami, do a lot of sightseeing, check out some good places to eat, all that fun stuff. It's just kind of going to depend on what COVID's like at that time, and how comfortable we personally feel doing that, knowing that, we have a cruise to get on. And then Sunday is embarkation day, so we have to be there around 12 o'clock. Last I saw, and you really need to be checking almost daily, what the updates are. But last time I checked, I think it was yesterday, they were asking that everyone arrive 2 hours prior to their embarkation time. So that would put us at 12 o'clock to be there. And of course, don't show up early, right? That's really not going to get you in any faster. So, and hopefully from there we get our negative test and we are on the ship. Another thing I'm kind of anticipating and wondering is whether they're going to mail our C-bands. So the C-bands for Virgin Voyages act as your room key, your payment source, like all of that. It's a bracelet that you wear, like the room card on like traditional cruises. So I got an email saying like, hey, we have your address, we're mailing this out. I haven't gotten it yet, and then some people have said that they've spoke with like representatives and they're just giving them at the port. So a little unclear if they're mailing it or if it is coming, if it's coming through the mail or if we're just going to get it at the port. That's not a big deal. It would be cool to get it in the mail and just kind of have something to build that excitement. But to get it at the port is no big deal for us either. I guess talking about just building the excitement, it's hard to get like fully excited for this trip. So I am super excited. I can't wait. But it is hard to get to that 100% excitement when it's not for sure if you're going to get on. It's all kind of depending on this COVID test. So that itself is, it's not stopping me from getting excited. It's just stopping me from being like jumping for joy and clicking my heels excited. But exciting nonetheless. And there's a lot to be excited about for this cruise. So for one, it's our first cruise in 8 years. Our last cruise was our honeymoon 8 years ago. So super excited just to be on a cruise ship again. It's our first time leaving from Miami. It's really our first time flying to a cruise port. We normally leave from either Baltimore or New Jersey because those are driving distance, so it cuts down on some of the cost, obviously, not having to build in airfare. So this is a first for us in that sense. It's going to be our first time away from our kids. So of course they can't go on this trip because Virgin Voyages is adult only, 18 and over. So they're young, they can't go. So I'm sure it's going to be worse for us than it is them. But it's still, nonetheless, it's going to be very strange being away from them for so long. But they're in good hands. We have a great support system, a great village. They're going to have fun. I think the day we leave is like one of their good friends' birthday parties, so that will be kind of a good distraction for them. So they'll be fine. I'm sure I'll be a wreck. It'll also be the first time that we are in a balcony room. And Virgin Voyages, it's called a sea terrace. So we will be in a sea terrace room. Normally we do travel on inside cabins to save money. We're not really in the room all that often. I mean, to sleep and to get showered and get ready, and or if we're just kind of lounging around for a little bit in the afternoon. But so we've never really minded the inside cabins, but it will be nice to have a sea terrace, to have a balcony. And Virgin puts hammocks on their balcony, so I'm pretty excited to just lounge in a hammock for a little while on the open sea. Like, that is just my happy place. So I'll be a happy little clam on that day or on those days, because I'm sure I'm gonna do that every day. Excited to be in a balcony. I've heard a lot of people say, you know, once you're in a balcony stateroom, you are not going to want to go back to an inside stateroom. Which is probably true, right? Who's going to want to go back to that? But I mean, I'm not going to mind when I see the price difference usually. And sometimes you actually get good deals. Like sometimes the balconies don't end up being much more than an insider, but it's just never worked out that way on any of our previous cruises. Speaking of previous cruises, this will be our shortest cruise. So this cruise is 5 nights. I think our shortest before that was maybe 7 or 8 nights. And then we've had like an 11 night and a 12 night. So we usually go on like the longer ones. So this is going to be different. I'm a little concerned that, you know, by the time I feel settled in, that it's going to be time to like start packing to go home. So hopefully it's not like that, but it's definitely 5 nights is the shortest cruise that we've been on. However, we've never gone to either of the ports that we're going to. So on this cruise, we're going to leave from Miami. Then we're going to be in Costa Maya. We've never been there. We do have an excursion planned, and it is weather dependent. It takes us to ruins, and then it has a lunch included, an open bar, and then we go to a lagoon for some time to swim, and then back to the ship. So it's about a 6.5-hour excursion, and that still doesn't even take up all the time. So Virgin, like, they have late night stays in port, so you can be there in the morning and the afternoon, but also see a little bit of the nightlife. Then we are in Bimini, which we've never been to, and we're kind of planning that as like our beach day. So other than lounging at the beach, we might take a small short tour of the island itself, just because we've never been there, and that's usually something that we do if we've never been to an island, is just kind of hop on a quick little tour and see some of the highlights, and, you know, eat at a local place and those sorts of things. So nothing's really set in stone for Bimini, other than we definitely plan to lounge at the beach for a while. I will say that the excursions, they had a lot of cabanas that you could book through Virgin for Bimini, and they're all sold out. Like, every level of cabana is already sold out. So if that's something that you would think that you would like to do, I would say definitely book that one as soon as possible. Few of the other things that I have booked other than the excursion is dining. Rock stars, so people in the rock star suites are rock stars. And it's pretty cool, like in the Facebook group that I'm in, if like someone posts something, we'll be like, well, are you a rock star? And it's like, yeah, I'm a rock star. So that's pretty cool. We're Todd and I are not traveling as rock stars. We're not in a suite. We're in a sea terrace room. Rock stars were able to book their dining first. That is a benefit of being in a suite. What I've noticed is that we are able to book dining one day at a time. So every morning when I get up, I'm like booking that day's dinner reservation, because you can only book the restaurants for one dinner on your cruise. So far, the ones that we have booked though are the steakhouse, which is called the Wake. So we're doing that on the first night. The second night is Extra Virgin. That's the Italian restaurant. Third night is Pink Agave. That's the like upscale Mexican place. And then night 4, which I'm up to, is the Test Kitchen, which I am kind of looking forward to that. It's something very different, a very different dining experience than either Todd or I have ever kind of experienced. So that would be kind of cool just to see what that is. And then hopefully the last night we're going to book Gumbay. I don't know, people pronounce it differently. We'll see when we get on there. But it's the Korean barbecue restaurant. So those will be our 5 dining reservations that we make. And the only other like big restaurant that we want to go to is Razzle Dazzle. But I know that they are open. They do like a brunch and have lunch hours. So I know that we'll probably just go to them one of the days for that. So still get to experience that restaurant, just not at dinner. And I've heard really good things about their food. I'm like most looking forward to the food. That's always my favorite part of the cruise. All food is included. Drinks are included, of course, not the alcohol, or, you know, there's an upcharge for like the specialty coffees and the fresh squeezed juices and, you know, those sorts of things. But like your teas, your lemonades, your milks, you know, all those things, those are included. Soda is included, which is normally an extra charge on other cruise lines. I'm not a big soda person, so that's not, you know, that big of a deal, but certainly nice that it is included. A few things that are different off the bat about Virgin, well, since we're talking about food, is there's no main dining room. That's why you have to kind of book your dining reservations. I guess you don't have to if you're not really like particular about where you go. No traditional buffet. They have a place called the Galley, which I've heard be referred to as more of like a food court style, and I think that is a more appropriate way to describe it. So there's different stations, I guess you could say, and then you go, you place your order, they make it fresh, and then you sit down and they bring it out to your table. So that's a pretty cool idea. We'll definitely check that out, maybe for like breakfast or lunch sometime. And I think like the American Diner that's in there, it might be in there, I'm not sure now, is like 24/7. So that's where like you can get all your late eats and things. Beverage package, they don't have like that traditional beverage package. They have what is referred to as the bar tab. So it's a $300 bar tab, and that's for your alcoholic drinks. So a traditional drink plan for your alcohol, you know, it's, I don't want to say it's unlimited alcohol, like you pay the rate and it's unlimited alcohol, because some lines do limit like how many you can get in a 24-hour period. But let's just say, you know, it's like you pay a set price and then you're good. So the bar tab is $300. Sometimes when you're booking, you can get incentives like, you know, buy it now and get an extra $50 on it, you know, something like that. But normally $300, and you spend it how you wish, right? So you can buy someone else a drink on your bar tab, whereas traditional ones you cannot. It's a little bit different, Todd and I didn't get a bar tab. We're not big drinkers, so it really didn't, make sense for us to spend $300. We're not going to drink $300 worth of drinks. But that's an important thing for you to figure out when going on a cruise or seeing the price of these drink packages is, well, is it worth it? I've seen vaguely, like on their website, you can go on there and it lists like, okay, beers are, usually this much, and wine is like this price range, and then cocktails I think are like $10 or so or something. I think they're the most expensive. They really didn't seem like outrageous. Like it wasn't like $20 for a cocktail or something like that. So they seem pretty like fair priced. So I would imagine $300 gets you a pretty long way, but again, we're not big drinkers, so I don't know if $300 gets you a long way or not. But another thing is some of the shows. I'm very excited to check out their entertainment. I've heard amazing things about the entertainment as well, so we definitely plan to go to as much of those as possible. There's a lot of fitness stuff, like just looking through the daily planner. So much fitness, like yoga sessions, cycling, boxing. There's like an 80s workout. I don't know if I'm going to any of those. I'm not a big exercise person. I'm not a big workout person. Almost every cruise ship has some kind of gym on it, or like they'll have gym sessions, gym classes, or whatever you want to call it. I've never seen anything this heavy emphasis on workouts, exercises, just kind of like physical movement. So I do think that is actually pretty cool, and especially if you're in it, definitely a reason to check out this cruise line. So I don't know if either of us will do too much of that. I don't know, I might check it out. I've always wanted to get into yoga, so I might try out one of the yoga things. And those are all included. All the workout stuff is included in your cruise fare. What else? I think we're going to be in the retro arcade a lot. And that actually seems pretty cool. I saw someone else's video on YouTube and it looked like that was all included as well. Normally you pay extra at the arcades to play the games, but it looked included. And if it's included, that is definitely where I will find Todd most of the time, I'm sure. I'll be there too, but he will definitely love that. And so we are making a vlog series of our time on this ship so that you can see the ship, kind of follow along, see what we do, and get a good idea for yourselves, if this is the type of cruise line that you would like to vacation on. If you have any specific things that you would like to see, comment below and let me know if there are certain areas of the ship that you want to see. I do plan to do like a full ship tour one morning. I'm an early riser naturally, so I'm thinking if I can get up early one morning on vacation, I could probably get a good ship tour in without it being like real busy with a lot of people or a lot of things going on. So I do plan to do that, but if there are certain areas of this ship that you would like to see, just comment below and let me know. Also, if you have any specific questions, comment below and let me know. And if it's something that I don't have the answer to now, I can certainly ask once I'm on board. So comment below just so I can kind of track that, have somewhere to reference when I am looking for that. I think we covered all the restaurants we have planned, the excursion we have planned. Yeah, so follow along, like and subscribe to this channel, head over to Mother of Travel on Facebook because I might do some lives from there as well. And until next time, thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to me talk about our upcoming cruise, which I'm so excited for. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks. Bye.